episode 5.
All right. So this is episode 5, right? I was like, so like I'm saying, like, my nephew, he's tripping. My brother's tripping. I was like, or my brother, like, he's trying to figure things out. So it seems, right? Keep in mind, I said he's the mastermind of it all, so he could just be playing a role, right? I was like, so, and which eventually I figured he was probably the person I was playing a role, right? I was like, um so afterwards, you know, what happened afterwards? So afterwards, like, it started getting weird because I was like, so now I will admit I did, like, my nieces. Well, one of my niece, well, my brother, he had told me something in regards to my nieces, right? And I was trying to, like, and me personally, I had told her older sister, because me and her older sister we were at the time, we're always close. Like, when we link up, it's always a good time. I was like, maybe not now, but beforehand, it was always a good time. It was nothing but love right there. But yeah, so I had explained what my brother had told me. I had explained it to my niece. Now here's where I went wrong, and I apologize for it too. Is that, I had so my niece had asked my brother in regards to, like, what was going, like, why would he say something to me, and da 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 da. And I was just like, and it was just like, like, why else do you think? So, to make a long story short, you feel me? To make a long story short, like, I just told my niece, I told my the eldest niece, I told her, I said, look, listen, blase, 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 in regards to blase, right? And my other niece, who it was about, she did ask me, like, hey, did you say this and that and the third? And, like, I felt bad the whole entire time, like, no, like, you know what I mean? I was like, but it was weird because then me and my oldest niece, me and her got into it, and she went back and told and said something to my niece. And now I'm just, like, thinking to myself, like, bro, like, I literally just told you not to say anything about that and stuff like that. But it was one of those things where it was just like, oh, you wanted to go, like, kind of back and forth, or like, it's like, because I, like, basically told you some real shit about yourself in regards to, like, your siblings, you got mad, and then you went back and you tried to, create some drama between me and my younger niece. And when you really didn't have to do that. However, I just took responsibility. I say, you know what? Let me, and I pulled my niece aside. I didn't wait for her to pull me aside or anything like that. No, I pulled her aside after she had went over to, um the eldest, her sister's, her sister's place. I pulled her aside because I said, yeah, she's gonna tell her. I was like, so let me get on top of this, because I don't like that drama shit, and I don't want there to be any animosity. And I told her, I said, hey, look, niece, I lied, um, and I do apologize for lying to you, but I told your older sister. I was like, so your older sister do know, because I feel like, for me, it's like, I'm not around you guys a lot, and it doesn't make any sense on why I need to know this information. Like, I can't help you, basically. Like, you gonna have to figure some shit out. Like, you know what I mean? Meaning, like, your sister is, like, a better person to vent to than it will be me. I was like, because I'm not, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's your sister. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that bond will be different. I'm just friend. That's how I look at it. I'm just friend. And, you know, that's basically how I was looking at it. Like, I didn't, you know what I mean? Because because now I don't really look at family the same. I was like, family is what you make it, right? I was like, but anywho, like, that's what happened. I was like, and so with that, um with that, my niece was mad. So my niece started acting, hella petty and shit like that in the house. Like, I work early in the morning. And so one of the things that my nieces would do, because they're twins, I was like, is that they will go in the kitchen and slam the ice machine. I was like, and then go back into the room just to fuck with me. I was like, keep in mind, like, they only like 13 at this time, 13, 14 years old. So I'm like thinking to myself, like, bro, what the fuck is y'all problem? You know what I mean? Like, y'all tripping. I gotta go to work in the morning. Like, you know what I mean? And it got to a point where like they did it one time where I was like, I got scared. I ain't even gonna cap. I got scared. I was scared as shit. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, and I didn't cuss him out or anything like that. I'd have been like, hey, can you just be gentle? That refrigerator ain't do nothing to you. If you mad at me, then say you mad at me and be mad. Be in that energy. But don't sit up here and start slamming shit. You know what I mean? Your mom and your dad paid good money for this shit. Now you want to be petty? It don't make sense, right? Stay tuned for what is it? Episode 6. Stay tuned for it.